What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks Live, the very podcast that gives you the trending topics and other random stuff. So, with tonight, just like any other night when I do this here podcast, I'm gonna take a sip. I'm gonna go over some promotions, and I'm going to let us know what is happening after that. So, let me bring this up. I don't have nothing up right now. Let me bring that up. All right, where are we at? Boom. So, everybody, if you could, like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you are new here. Please do yourself a favor. How can I do this? Can't do it like that. No words. This is how I can do it. 1 second, y'all. I gotta get some things situated. I forgot to do this before I came on. Alright, there we go. So, take that down. Let's see. Boom. That's exactly how I'm gonna do it. Because I have an announcement to make to everybody tonight. Before we get off of here, and I want that to be a surprise to everybody. So, let's begin. So, everybody, please, if you can, again, like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you are new here. Please do yourself a favor. Hit that live chat up. I am paying attention to it right now, and it's sitting right in front of me. Please do yourself that favor and continue the conversation in the live chat. Every Tuesday, I said every Tuesday, every Friday, I should be editing this right now. Every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do this here podcast. And people, here is the, let me save that. Now let me bring the picture up. Let me share this with you guys. Every Saturday, I will be doing Marcus Speaks Play at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh yeah, we are back, people. We are back. Tomorrow, I will be streaming the new Mortal Kombat 1. So tomorrow I will be streaming Mortal Kombat 1, so please come through. Please do yourself a favor. Hit the reminder. The video is prompted right now, and it's up. But I will be streaming it live tomorrow. So please set your reminder. So go to the video, set the reminder, and come and hang out with me tomorrow. So yes, every Friday, right here, Marcus Speaks Live, the podcast that you guys love, and 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays, and that's every Saturday and every Friday. Every Friday and every Saturday, I will be streaming live. All right, I'm back to my schedule. All right, so you'll be getting 2 videos a week now. I'm back like I never left. All right, so with that being said, please subscribe to this here channel if you can. If you are new here, please do yourself that favor and subscribe to this here channel. Also, do yourself a favor, go into the description box. In the description box, you will see various amounts of links. One of the links I want you to hit is the Rumble link. If you haven't already downloaded Rumble, I will know what you're doing. All right. So, with that being said, I need you to go and hit that Rumble link. All right. Once you're there, all right. Once you're there, you can then follow me over on Rumble. I have 10 subscribers right now, and I believe the next 15 I will be able to start streaming over to Rumble. So I'm gonna start simulcasting like I used to on various platforms. So I'm gonna start simulcasting again once I get those subscribers. All right. So also with that being said, I was rushing to get on here tonight, so there's a lot of things that wasn't set up. So I'm setting things up as we speak. All right. So do yourself a favor, please, and do me a favor. Please go over there and subscribe to me on Rumble. Okay. Now, if you want to come up and come talk to me, you can. You can hit the link that is sitting in the live chat. It's pinned right there in the live chat in the blue. If you want to come up here and come talk to me, you can. Please wait for my signal when I say I'm ready to take calls. All right. So you can either hit the link or you can call in the call-in number at 302-283-9791. That is 302-283-9791. Now, I know what you're thinking. I can call in and come talk to Marcus. You goddamn right you can. But with that being said, there are rules, and rules are meant to be followed. So, allow me to go over the rules with you guys. So, rule number 1. You must be on camera at all times. That means once you hit that link and you come to the backstage, you'll get a prompt. You'll get a camera prompt and you'll get a mic prompt. Please hit both, but please stay quiet. All right. The reason being, I need to know who I'm speaking with. All right. Now, you don't have to show yourself to the public, so that means once I see you, please put your there's a question back here in the backstage in the private chat. Don't make it a conversation. Please leave your name and your answer so I can further accommodate you from there. All right. Now, if you don't want to be on camera and don't want to, hit the camera, you just want to call in, you can go ahead and do that. You got the options. So the last rule is basically for both the phone line and the link, and that is please mute all background noise. All right. That means if you got crying babies, barking dogs, screaming girlfriend, hollering husband, please silence them for me, please. If you have me on in the background, please turn me off. That's all I ask you to do. Okay? So, with that being said, please do yourself that favor. And one last thing, please like this video, subscribe. If you are new here, hit that bell icon to all so you can get all my notifications and once I go live and when I post a video. And also, please share this to your social medias. Share the link with your friends, family, co-workers, whoever you fuck with in life. Send this to them right now. Scrolling ticker is for you. Once you see a space come up, that starts everything all over. Please read over that. And if you guys have ever watched my show, let's turn some music on. If you ever watched my show, you know that I like to play videos. Videos are essential here on Marcus Speaks Live because it helps me further my point. And you might be asking, what do you mean by that? Well, I have articles that I will be reading, and these videos that I have go along with the videos. All right. Now, with, before I do that, I have to basically go through some fair use doctrine. All right. So instead of me telling you, why don't I let my past self tell you? But the reason why I'm doing this is so I can follow the law, YouTube standards and practices, community guidelines, and the rules. So this is fair use.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107.
All right, people, that's fair use. All articles and videos are accredited in the description box below. I have altered the articles from its original state because of plagiarism and copyright. All right. So, with that being said, some words, titles, and all kinds of other things have been altered. All videos are in its standard form, but I will be taking clips from videos so I can, talk about what is going on with the topic that I am talking about. So, how about we start with some small banter, some short banter. So, what tonight's title? I thought that this start out video would be best for me to start with because it coincides with the main topic tonight. And if you guys have already looked at the title of today's video and looked at the thumbnail, you would know that I am speaking about North Carolina pastor gets exposed by gay lover, plus more. So, this video that I want to show you guys before we get into tonight's main topic is basically a podcast that is basically talking about 85% of men are homosexual. Let's see what they have to say.
85% of niggas is homosexuals.
No.
Yes.
No.
I think that.
Yes. Niggas be fucking around, niggas.
I mean,
niggas be fucking around, nigga.
I think that is because
Y'all finna say some weird shit. Watch. Go.
I'm about to say our weird shit. You know that. Pause.
Why did my damn screen go black? I'm gonna refresh this page. Hold on. All right, I should be back. I don't know what the hell's going on. All right, let me get this together. Right, that back. All right, I don't know what the hell's going on with this. My bars are fine. Maybe it's my camera. Well, no, that's fine. What could it be? What could it be? I don't really need this. Let's take that down. Alright, I should be fine now. Hopefully. I hope I should be fine. Let's check my camera. See if it needs any updates. Alright, that's fine. All right, everything seems to be cool. All right, so let's get back into the video. Let me put it back to my timestamp that I had it at. All right, so let's start from there.
85% of niggas is homosexual.
No.
Yes.
No.
I think that.
Yes. Niggas be fucking around, niggas.
I mean,
niggas be fucking around,
I
niggas.
think that is
Y'all finna say some weird shit. Watch. Go.
I'm about to say our weird shit. You know that. Pause. Just ask me this. What you like, trade or what you like? Tell me what you like, for real. You like trade or what the fuck do you prefer?
Oh, you been so crazy. Yeah, trade, they cool or whatever.
No, what the fuck do you prefer? Not they cool.
I don't say trade, but I'm for like a nigga. Like, I want a nigga.
Okay, then keep it fucking real.
What's up?
The niggas that you like, 9 times out of 10, they be on the low.
Nah, I don't play that.
So you don't play.
But niggas be saying it's like this.
I didn't say that you. Listen. I didn't say the niggas that you would fuck with. I didn't say your preference of what you would do because listen, it's married men that I would fuck with, but I can't push that line.
Yeah,
Push
more,
that line
yeah. Okay, so
right.
there's more
But
line.
I said that you prefer to fuck with, like the niggas that you actually like.
Oh, yeah,
bitch,
be
I
like
can't
them
even
niggas
play.
that, yeah.
But like, bitch, I can't even play like that because I don't get down with I love niggas. But the niggas that you really would want to get at and fuck with, ain't they on the low?
Yeah, it be that type. You know.
And it always be. Like the nigga you would fuck with the hardest. But it's like I just can't fuck with that you're a coward and all.
Are you reading me? You know my situation or something?
No, I don't know your situation, but I
Did your research?
No, but
okay.
I just know that's the
I
most.
be fucking crying, Jalen.
What the hell is going on? All right, let me stop it. All right, I have no clue what's going on, but let's
Fucking home.
But I just know that's the most likable. I just know that
crazy.
I know that's the most
Cause it's like
likable.
dead ass like true.
But I know that's the most likable ones for y'all because they are manly as fuck. If you are a gay man, you like a man. And the niggas that's like this be on the low because they not that comfortable with that. They're like this. They don't understand.
They be the main one that's not living in their truth.
Yeah, so and it's hurtful because it's like is 85% niggas is
I'm glad it's over.
All right. So, basically, she was talking about how 85% of black dudes is gay. Now, I personally disagree for the simple fact that the gay guy that's a part of the show, he disagreed. So, if a gay man's disagreeing with what a woman is saying, and she possibly could be a feminist, maybe, I don't know. It's a possibility that the niggas she fuck with are homosexuals. Not 85% of men are homosexual. So she possibly could be dealing with men that favor other men. Maybe she maybe she has experienced men who have wanted to fuck with other men. Who knows? Because for her to make such a blanketed statement like that, to say that 85% of niggas, meaning black men, are homosexual, it makes no sense. Now, I believe this video is a year old, but it started trending again on on Twitter. So I said I'll take a crack at it. I like to, understand what's going on. So I listened to it a couple times, and basically what Shorty was saying was a lot of lies. Now, when I come to videos like that and I try to understand the purpose of someone's actions when it comes to somebody when it comes to something like that, my whole thing when I hear something like that is like, maybe it's the men you fucking with that are homosexuals. Maybe the men that you've been fucking with have, did a bid in jail, and maybe they're they spend a lot of time in there, and uh they like being around male company. Maybe I don't know, because her whole thing was, the whole purpose of it, I would say, is she was talking about down low men, which we will be speaking about tonight. Now, the down low man became a popular topic to talk about during the late '90s. I forgot the guy's name. He wrote a book about how he was. I think it was called "On the Down Low." To be honest, let me see. On the Down Low. Let's see. That should be the title of the book. Let's check images. Boom, right here. A book by J.L. King, On the Down Low. A journey into the lives of straight black men who sleep with men. J.L. King. So, I remember growing up, my mom had this book. So I didn't know what the fuck was going on with the whole situation, nor did I care. I just saw the title of the book and I was like, oh, okay. And I just left it there. Because what the fuck is I think, how old was I in 99? 10 years? No, I was 11 years old. So, I'm 11-year-old boy. I don't need to know nothing about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the book title. That's what I guess Shorty was trying to convey, that that down low, that the down low dudes is out there. Now, she asked her gay co-host if it's true. He says no, but then when she furthers explains her point, he then obliges. He's like, well, nigga I'm fucking with right now, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, he got family. That's not what he was saying. But he basically was conveying, well, I have slept with a straight man. Since this whole LGBTQ thing's been going on, most of these gay dudes find a most of these gay dudes find a thrill out of seducing a straight man. There's thousands of stories out there. Just go on to either Reddit or find a Twitter thread about this. I'm pretty sure it's some stories that'll blow your mind. Pause. Hold on.
Pause, nigga.
So, that's that's just what it is, I guess. She feels that way, but let's take a deeper dive. Sorry, into what this might entail. So that completes tonight's small banter for tonight. Let's get into tonight's main topic. So tonight's main topic is pastor claims his gay sex tape is all a big misunderstanding. So tonight's overview for tonight is North Carolina pastor apologizes for gay home movie. So, if you guys have been living underneath of a rock, was it Sunday, if not last week sometime, a pastor came on to Facebook Live and he had a message that he wanted to convey to his flock. So let's get into the article. I got this article from Medium, and it basically entails what the hell's going on. So, North Carolina pastor Dameyon Massey, that would be this gentleman right here. This nigga looks sweet.
Bruh.
Continues to go viral as he has since addressed a sex tape leak exposing him for having an alleged secret boyfriend, and even publicly repented to his mother, daughter, son, grandchildren, and parishioners. In the world, it's reported that Apostle Damon L. Massey of the Remnant Church Outreach Ministries in Eastover, North Carolina, 7 miles northeast of Fayetteville, recently got blasted online for allegedly having a down-low relationship with another man. According to Obnoxious TV with William G. McCary III, the man has been identified as Roderick Jones. That would be this gentleman that's right next to Dameyon Massey. Reportedly, the alleged secret boyfriend recorded and exposed the pastor in a video of them allegedly having sex to his Snapchat. Oh, the tangle web these gay niggas weave. I just want to say one thing, right? We've seen this thousands of times when it comes to Eddie Long. When it comes to Catholic Church.
Bruh.
When it comes to who else? Like, it's all of these examples of these pastors who basically they'll preach about, you know, how homosexuality and stuff like that is the devil, and the devil's gonna get you, and the devil, right? And they do exactly what they say is wrong. Now, look at this picture. You see both of these men looking happy as fuck in these pictures. Now, what I want to understand is, and we will get to some juicy shit. Sorry. And some text messages that was sent to this man. So let's continue the article before we get into that. It is alleged that the two have been involved in living together for some time. It's also alleged that Massey is currently married to a man, but reports are hold on. Reports are unconfirmed. Reportedly, in addition to the sex tape being leaked, there were also alleged screenshots exposing Pastor Massey, a Chicago native, texting inappropriate things to his alleged secret boyfriend, like plans for sexual encounters, things to his alleged secret boyfriend, like plans for sexual encounters between the two. So this is exactly what I want you guys to see. All right, let me blow this up. You guys can see the text messages. So this is Damon to what was the guy's name? Roderick Jones. So this is Damon to Roderick. So Damon tells Roderick, "Give me an hour. I promise I'm not gonna be long." Pause. Pause. He's so Roderick tells him, "That's too long, nigga. It's already 11:07." Pause, nigga. It's not gonna take long, nigga. Pause, nigga. So Damon, no, I'm sorry. In the blue is Roderick. Hold on, I need to check my text messages because I get confused sometimes. Okay, where's all my blue texts at? Okay. So, all right. So Damon's in the blue, and Roderick's in the gray. All right. So here we go. So Damon tells Roderick, "I'm horny ASL." What the hell does ASL mean? I don't even know what the hell ASL means. Or is that that's ASL? Laughing face. Guess about to cry face. So Roderick tells him, "Well, hurry up. You in Fayetteville now? Headed there now. In my car. Okay, come on. I'll take a shower after we finish. I'm horny as fuck." Okay, I guess that's what that meant up there. ASFL. I guess he meant ASFL up here. All right, moving on. I wonder if the next picture has the rest of this in there. Okay, it does. So let's go to that picture. So this nigga says to him, so Roderick says, "Okay, I'll be there in like 20 minutes. Make sure that ass and dick is ready." Pause, nigga. The fuck? The fuck is going on? Okay, so Damon says, "Okay, I'm almost to you." Pause, nigga. Okay, pulling up. I'm outside. I'm about to go to see Pops. I'm at Pop's church. Okay, so those was the text messages that they sent back to each other. There's also some Snapchat pictures that's out there, but the Snapchat pictures, honestly, you can barely see them. So you can only read but so much of what was going on. So I didn't include those into today's show, but if you want to look up Damon Massey, Dameyon, Massey, Massey, or just put North Carolina pastor gets exposed by gay boyfriend or whatever. There's articles on this, and then you can see the screenshots as well of most of these pictures that's out there of things I guess that Roderick has sent over to either I don't know who they were sending them to, Maybe they were sending them. Maybe Damon was sending them to his boyfriend Roderick, because I believe Roderick's name is in there, and he's just basically saying how bad he feels and how is the church going to respond and all this other crazy shit. You know, normal shit when a pastor is out here doing the devil's work.
Bruh.
Just saying. So, so let's read the rest of this, and then we'll get into the video that correlates with this. So, it goes, since going viral for being outed, the church leader has apologized for his actions and publicly repented. In a video posted online, Apostle Dameyon Massey publicly repented after the sex tape leaked. In a video where he began very emotional, Massey begins, "I come here to be transparent, and it is as simple as this." And then he goes on and says, "I messed up. This has been a really hard really hard few days, but I struggled. And the struggle didn't just begin. The struggle has been a struggle. Hold on, the struggle has been a struggle, and the conviction has been great." So this is exactly what the hell is going on. Let's play the tape.
Those who are coming in to come in. God bless you. God bless you. Blessings to everybody that's coming in. God bless you. I wanted to come on.
This nigga needs to quit tasting himself. He tasted himself way too much. Hold on.
Bruh.
Today.
Pause.
And to not so much as to address the things that are out, the things that are said, the allegations, video. You all have seen it. You all have, many people have commented on it, have developed their opinions. But I'm on today. I'm on because I owe this. I owe this not only to God, but I owe this to the people that I love. I owe this also to
the church,
my pastor, my bishop, Bishop Archie McGinnis, to the Full Effect Global Alliance, to the church that I pastor, the Remnant Church Outreach Ministries, North Carolina, to my family, my mother, to my daughter, my son, my 4 granddaughters, my grandson.
Damn.
So this nigga was out there. this nigga was just out there. He was out there handling his business.
Bruh.
Just saying. All right. This nigga was out there doing the Lord's work. All right, that's enough puns. So basically, he's repenting to his flock for what he did. Now, this is one thing I have to say about this. Have we not seen this behavior before? Let's bring it up. Y'all remember this picture? Y'all remember when this picture was going viral when the I forgot where this pastor's from, but they were showing off. I guess they had just gotten married, and the caption of the video was well, it was a lot of people making fun of these dudes. They was basically calling them pastor and the first husband.
Bruh.
And they was also just making all kinds of jokes about, gay ministries and all that. Like, they was making all kinds of puns on this. So let's take that down. Hold on. Hold on. I ain't mean that. All right, so what's happening right now is that basically Pastor Massey is basically going to his flock for forgiveness, and he wants to know, or he wants to tell them about basically how he feels about this ordeal. So let's keep going.
Those of you who watch me on a weekly basis and who was blessed and touched by the ministry of Bishop, Apostle, Pastor Massey, D.O. Massey, whatever I am in your book, Prophet Massey, I owe this. And I think many times we go through things or we make decisions in our life and without thinking, or things that we take chances on, or we deal with struggles that we don't address because we want to remain strong. We want to be the person that can take it all, and will neglect our own struggles to fulfill whatever it is that we want to fulfill, for the people. And we forget about there's a human side of us. And I didn't come on right now to make up any excuses. I didn't come on to make up any ways to, shed light. I came on to be transparent.
Ooh, I know it.
After, counsel with my leaders and being accountable, and good leadership is a blessing. Bad leadership is a curse. And you all have seen what's out there.
Oh,
as simple as this. I messed up. I failed.
Mm-hmm.
I failed. And if you really got the Holy Ghost, you really got God in you, and you don't have a level of conviction, with your failure, then you have to go check that Holy Ghost. You have to go check what you preach. You have to go check who you are. This has been a really, really hard few days, but I struggled. And the struggle didn't just begin. The struggle has been a struggle. And the conviction has been great. But sometimes the position called demand. And many times people don't know how to accept the struggle of a leader or the struggle of the pastor. And they take the human and the man out of the pastor, out of the bishop, out of the apostle, out of the prophet. And I know there's many people that's watching me now who you probably deal with private struggles, and you probably deal with private issues and private things that maybe nobody will ever know about. But when your situation surfaces and comes to the light, you have to be responsible and take responsibility for the action of that you've done. I pastor a lot of people. I preach to a lot of people. I pastor leaders, and I train leaders, and I'm big on accountability, and I'm big on integrity, and I'm big on, doing it the right way, not being perfect, but being real. And to be real is to say, I messed up when I messed up. To be real is to say, yeah, I made a wrong decision. Yeah, I didn't address what should have been addressed in my life, and You all seen it. I don't have to recap it.
I didn't see it, but I seen the picture.
You seen the video.
Hold on.
Pause, nigga.
I ain't seen shit. All right. Like Hobie said, all I saw was blurred out pictures. That's all I seen once I typed your name into Google. Ain't no, I know y'all seen it. Hold on.
Pause, nigga.
Ain't none of that. I know y'all seen it. Ain't none of. I ain't a part of y'all. All right. I am not a part of y'all.
Bruh.
Nigga, don't ever come out your mouth and say some shit like that to somebody. Just talk about, yeah, I know y'all seen it. Hold the fuck up. Like, hold up. What type of person do you take us as? Like, you did your dirt. You're trying to... Now, this is one thing I don't understand. And please, I need for somebody to help me with this. This is one thing I don't understand. You do what you do. You feel sorry for what you did. And then you ask for forgiveness. Now, wouldn't you think during the course of your actions, you would then look for guidance from your God and have him guide you to the right place? Seems as though that the God that you serve, Pastor Massey, is a God that led you to some man buns.
Pause, nigga.
That was a very pause-worthy moment. All I'm saying is this. How you gonna sit here with water streaming down your face and embarrassment because a video had surfaced because the person you was in pictures with, let me show those pictures again. The man that you was in pictures with, that you was looking happy with, and y'all was basically spending lots and lots of time together.
Bruh.
How you gonna sit here now with regret on your face and you feeling bad about yourself? Nigga, take your lumps.
Pause, nigga.
All right? Take your lumps. Because you, and this is the crazy part about this, right? The one photo, let me put my cursor over here. Hope you guys see my cursor. It's moving, all right? When I saw this picture, when I was looking at the dude Roderick here, I said to myself, that looked like somebody I know.
Bruh.
Now, not purposely someone that I personally know, but an ex-girlfriend of mine's cousin. And if she watches this, look, I'm not saying that your cousin is gay.
Pause, nigga.
But the stories you told me from when he was in high school getting bullied was some very pause-worthy things, such as you telling me that that your cousin was getting bullied by somebody in school by another dude in school, and the bully was telling my ex's little cousin to send him nude pictures.
Pause, nigga.
So from the way that that's course one. So course two is me looking at the way he acted. He acted very effeminate-like. Although, you know, he played sports and stuff like that, but that means nothing. I told a story on here about me going to a prom, not a prom, it was a homecoming in Delaware. And my best friend's date that went to the school had to pick two of her friends up. She had to pick my date up, and then she had to pick her homeboy up, which was a gay dude. And I told you guys in that video that the gay dude played sports. What the fuck, yo? All right, 1 second. I'm about to do something real fast. All right, where the hell is my picture? This is what I'm gonna have to do. There's a lot of weird shit going on the stream tonight. For some reason, I guess YouTube or the streaming platform I use, Restream, don't want me to talk about this, but it will be spoken about tonight. So, you know, you guys lock in, sit down, get some popcorn. But anyway, like I was saying, so you know, the guy was gay or whatever. He was very, very flamboyantly gay, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem with gay people. It's just, you know, for the ones who haven't accepted themselves yet, go ahead and accept it. Like, you're homosexual, all right? So to the pastor that's out here trying to make it sound as if the devil made him do it. Nah, hold on. No, what the fuck is going on with that? All right, 1 2 1 2 1 2. I can't hear nothing. Man. Testing. 1 2. Testing 1 2. I'm gonna have to rush this page again. All right, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Testing. All right, good. So, what was I saying? Because this shit's just acting funny. I don't know if maybe OBS needs an update. Maybe I'm not sure. So yeah. So you sit here, you repent, and all this, and all that, and you're saying that You saying that, you know, the devil made you do it. Hold on, my friend. God and the God you serve gives us the free will to do what we feel as though is good for us. Now, if we so happen to veer off the path of us doing what it is that we need to do to make our God happy, we then get this. So with that being said, it's like, come on, Pastor. You can't just sit here and think that we about to believe that you feel bad about this. Now, I might be jumping the shark, but I know you felt. I know you felt that at the time when you was doing all of what you was doing,
Pause, nigga.
that you felt good about yourself.
Pause, nigga.
Cause come on, yo, like let's be honest. Let's get back to those text messages. It's one that we can all see where shit looked like everything was cool, like that. Make sure that ass and dick is ready.
Pause, nigga.
What? What? You are bugging. Now, here's one thing before we continue back to the video that I want to say about this. I'm pretty sure your parishioners believe every word that you said that day, and they probably have some hang-ups of who you are now. Because this man apologized to not only his mother, but to his wife and his children and grandchildren. That's some wild shit. Now, if you did what you did, Pastor Damon Massey, and you now feel bad about what you did, do you feel as though you should have done what you have done, knowing that you was going to hurt the people that you know you was going to hurt? Or maybe you just wasn't thinking about it at the time. Let's continue.
You know, but other people will paint a picture of you to be the worst person in the world because of a failure. I want to take my responsibility. That's my public statement. I want to take my responsibility and I want to repent before God. I want to take off my title and take off my hat and take off all the articulations of my duties. And I want to repent to the people who God has entrusted in my hands.
Hold on, before we continue, I forgot to hit the pause button. I just hit the pause button. This nigga talking about taking off shit. Hey, man.
Pause, nigga.
That's too much.
And repent to my leaders, my pastor, my bishop, first lady, all of the collegiate presbyteers, the board of presbyteers, and those who have, signatured my credentials and trusted me with the call. I want to repent to you. I want to apologize and take responsibility. And in great measures, I would just wish and hope that this live would touch somebody else who struggles behind the cross, who struggles behind the title.
Pause, nigga.
Come on, yo. Your choice of words is poor. You are doing way too much. Have y'all listened to this dude now? I know I'm making jokes about this, but come on now. Your choice of words is poor.
Who struggles. You can be gifted. People will drive off your gift. You can make it happen. You can make it go over, and people will drive off what goes over. You walk away. You walk away with the gratitude and the satisfaction that you fulfilled your purpose in that service. You fulfilled your purpose in that conference. You fulfilled your purpose, your call of duty in that particular thing, and you leave with your struggles.
You fulfilled your call to duty, didn't you?
Bruh.
You fall into your divers of temptation, and you get up with conviction, and you don't know how to address. I need a change in my struggle. So I want to say to everybody to forgive me, to the world. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave it here with much rebuke from my pastor, with much reproof from my pastor, and I know with much restoration from my pastor. I take it. I take ownership.
We know you take it, cuz.
I take ownership. And I repent. Pray for me. Pray for my church. There are some of my leaders who are watching, and I have a few leaders who messed up. And I said to them to take accountability, take stride, and, sit yourself down and take a breather.
All right. Now, let's go over some things. Because we have another portion of this that we will be going over. So, okay, so he basically set his soul out so he can show the people that he's sorry for his actions, and he doesn't see himself the way that everyone else or no, I wouldn't say that. He feels bad for what he's done, because he not only let his family down, he also let his flock down, and he has a responsibility to not only his flock but also to his family and his parishioners. And I believe he's telling the truth, but at the same time, come on, dog. You did what you did, man. Let me quit being insensitive. But he did do what he did. And in those text messages, well, in the text thread that I showed, he seems as though that he is remorseful for what he did. He feels as though that he is very I don't know, like he just feels as if the weight of the world is on his shoulders now. Or maybe it's just two penises.
Pause, nigga.
I don't know, but but he feels as though that he is, being put out as a spectacle to be seen. Because, come on now, it's not as if like I keep saying, it's not as if we haven't seen this before. We've seen this countless times. We've seen this countless times, not with just pastors, but with certain men of power in general, if we can put it like that, men of power, such as pastors, mayors. Just recently, an ex-president, Barack Obama. Not only letters coming out that basically was him boasting that he has fantasies about men making love to men.
Pause, nigga.
It was also out there with Tucker Carlson, who recently did an interview about a week ago or so, of one of his gay lovers coming out basically stating that me and Barack Obama both smoked crack with each other and then we made love to each other.
Pause, nigga.
So it's not as if we haven't seen this type of thing before. It's just that Obama has yet to address this, which, he doesn't have to, but, the speculations will keep going. Also was that weird video with Michelle Obama and Zaya Wade, Dwayne Wade's ex-son. When Zaya Wade asked, what would you say to teens who want to live in their truth like you did and you have and you are right now or whatever, right? That was the question that Zaya Wade posed to Michelle Obama, which started the speculation rail,
Bruh.
to keep the, I guess they will call it rumors, of Michelle Obama being a man.
Pause, nigga.
Just saying. Now, there's been altered pictures of, Michelle Obama out there being a man and stuff like that, but, we have no proof that she is or not. Also, we had, what was her name? Joan Rivers saying that Michelle Obama was a transgender.
Pause, nigga.
Just saying. But we've seen this in the clergy. We've seen this in the president, certain mayors, certain senators, certain Congress members. We've seen this all around. Governors, tech billionaires, entertainers. We've seen this all the time. Now that we are in the age of Aquarius, and this allows the softer breed of men to come out and expose themselves,
Bruh,
to the world and to the world at large. There's also some things out there that we don't know, but it's just a thought, just a statement that I'm putting out there. So what we're going to do, we're going to get into the second half of this video, because I believe he does get into some other things. It's not revealing things, but he just gets into some other things when it comes to this here topic. Let's go.
Before my church, before the world, I'm going to take the next 30 days. This is not from my pastor, this is from me. I'm going to take the next 30 days to let God heal and restore. And I want your prayers. I solicit your prayers. I solicit your encouragement. I solicit that you don't cast me away, because I really do believe that I am who God says I am. I want to
What is that?
say to my family, I love you. To my daughter Erica, to my son Dameyon, to my mom and my sisters. I want to build from this. I want to grow from this.
Okay, am I back? Am I back? All right. Like I said, I don't know what the hell's going on tonight with everything. Everything's fine. Everything seems to be working well. It's just for some reason my stream's running slow for some reason. I've never had this done before. But hopefully my stream stays intact because everything should be cool now. I'm checking over everything. I'm checking my Wi-Fi connection and everything from there. Maybe it's because I have so many windows open. Maybe I should close some of these so I can close that one until I get to it. So hopefully everything's running good now. I shouldn't need this until I get to it. So, alright, I shut some windows down. Maybe that'll help. And let's continue with the video.
And I owe it to you. And I thank you for coming on. I thank you for listening. And I thank you in advance for your support and for your prayers. Keep me lifted. Don't kill me. Help restore me. Don't hold me down, but help lift me up. My sincere regards go to those who deal with hidden struggle and have to get up and preach the gospel over and over again. My heart goes out to those who don't know where to turn to. My heart even goes out to those who don't even have good leadership. I don't think I would have made it through this process if I didn't have the right leadership, the right pastor, and Bishop R.T.L. McGinnis II, and to Dr. Lady Cynthia McGinnis, and to the Collegiate Board of Presbyteers of the Global Alliance Full Effect. I want to say I submit, and I ask for your restoration. And I thank you for your support. I thank you, Bishop, for your rebuke. I thank you for a talk today that had begun the healing that I needed. I thank you. I thank you, Bishop. I thank you. And so I wanted to give this official public statement, and to let pastors know it doesn't matter how long you've been preaching. It doesn't matter how great you preach. It doesn't matter how anointed you are, how gifted you are. Never ever cause yourself to feel that you are excluded from reproof and from rebuke. Own it. Take it. The way that God can reprove you is for you to own it. And I own it. I own my mistake. I own my shortcoming. I own not guarding what I needed to guard and safeguarding with God.
All right, man. That's the end of the
All right. So that was the end of that video, and he repented. He feels bad. He doesn't feel as though that his actions were in the order of God, so he feels as though that he should have done that and came to his parishioners and asked them for forgiveness. So let's unravel this real fast, because with the video I showed in the beginning, which was of the podcast of the two ladies and the gay male, they basically brought up, are 85% of niggas homosexual? Now, I don't know the intentions of Pastor Massey. I don't know his intentions of what he was doing and why he did what he was doing. I have no clue. But I will say this. He had to have had some sort of affliction to make him do what he did. To the fact to where that might have not been the first time he did that.
Pause, nigga.
The same. To where, I showed pictures. They're chilling. It's said in the article that they were living together. Now, let me find that part, because I don't even know where the hell that part of it is. Let's see. Okay, it says right here, it is alleged that the two have been involved and living together for some time. Now, that sends up a red flag, because that means either the pastor took the man in, or the pastor bought the young man an apartment or a home to live in, so he would have a sufficient place to live. Now, I'm just speculating here. I don't know if that's true or not. But if it is, men do it for women. Why can't a gay man do it for another gay man? Hey, I'm just putting things out there.
Pause, nigga.
But the one spooky thing about this is, for however long he was doing it,
Pause, nigga.
he got caught, and hold on, let's unpack that real fast. The spooky thing about this is, he's now repenting for his sins, but the man, who knows how long he's been doing this? So, Roderick basically records him on a Snapchat video, which I didn't even know you could do that on Snapchat. You could do pornography on Snapchat, because a lot of these social medias, they're really taking their heavy hand off of certain portions of these apps, such as being shown pornography. Like, you can go on Facebook right now, and a lot of these Instagram models who have, or they could be bot accounts, I don't know, but a lot of these internet models, they'll have a page where they're showing them, in revealing clothing, and sometimes they have either those sheer shirts or those lace shirts that you you can basically see their areola and nipples or whatever. I didn't know that, and I don't have Snapchat. I think I may have downloaded it when it came out, but I didn't understand it, so I got rid of it. So, I'm still stuck with the big three: Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And, Twitter being the place that it is, you can find pornography anywhere on that damn app. And Instagram, it's basically pornography. If you look at it, Instagram is pornography. Because that's where all the Instagram models reside, and that's where they show themselves shaking ass. Most of the time, you can see pussy and shit. I ran across a few accounts.
This is the way.
And all I'm saying with that is, man feels bad for what he did. He feels bad for what he's done to his family. And I want to know, will his wife accept him back, or will his wife shun him because of what he did to the family? Now, as you can see in the one picture I showed you guys when I first brought this up, he looks a little sweet.
Bruh.
Just look at it. This nigga look a little sweet in the face. And there's nothing more I can really say about him other than maybe he was destined for homosexuality.
Bruh.
Now, either if his Moist Ministries is something that he doesn't want to continue with, but who knows? Who knows what will happen after all this is dead? Maybe it'll blow over. Who knows? But I know this. If I hear about any of this, I will keep us updated. That has ended the main topic portion of tonight. Let's get into some random topics. Why don't we? So tonight's random topic overview tonight is Feminist calls Malcolm X a misogynist and queer. And County Cop in Maryland gets called up. Now, okay, here we go. Let me bring the video up. Let me set this up. So, with this being a topic that I wanted to talk about, because it's not just this lady who has said things like this about Malcolm X. What's his name from Philly? He's a fucking libtard. I forgot. What the hell is this man's name? I forgot homeboy's name. From Philly. I forgot dude's name. Let's see. Political black political pundit. A black political pundit from Philly. Mark Lamont Hill. So Mark Lamont Hill has said this before, right? So Mark Lamont Hill has brought this up once before, and a lot of people, including myself, got upset at him because being queer and Malcolm X does not share the same space whatsoever. And I'm trying to find an article of this dude saying this. Okay, hold on. Why can't I find anything on this? Okay, well, here's an article from LGBTQ Nation. It says Malcolm X was a gay for pay hustler in his youth, which makes no sense. Do I really want to read this goddamn article? I really don't want to read this article. This is a bunch of bullshit. I wonder how long this article is. It's too damn long. Well, not really. Let's see. Before any of us in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender communities laud Malcolm X as our new gay icon or castigate him for being a black heterosexualist nationalist on the down low, we might need to closely examine the recent revelation that for a period in his life, Malcolm X engaged in same-sex relations, which is not true. This article was written October 6, 2016. Also, before any of us in the African American community flatly dismiss these acerations as part and parcel of a racist conspiratorial propaganda machine that is out to discredit our brother Malcolm, we need at least to hear these nagging claims, and this time hear them from one of our own, Manning Marble, a renowned and respected African American historian and social critic from Columbia University. So sadly, Marble died just days before the release of his magnum opus, an exhaustive and new 594-page biography, Malcolm X, A Life of Re-Innovation, on the anniversary of Martin Luther King's assassination in 1968. His assertion, was it assertion? Anyway, assertion in the book derived from minusculely combining through 6,000 pages of FBI files obtained through a Freedom of Information Act records from Central Intelligence Agency, the Camda Ida Alpha Association. just take the beginning letters of each word I just said. State Department of New York District Attorney's Office, as well as his interviews with members of Malcolm X's inner circle and security team, leaves the reader in shock and awe. For those of us who always thought Malcolm X's assassination, as with King's, had anything to do with J. Edgar Hoover's FBI, which it did, we are correct. Marable empathetically states that both the FBI and NYPD Blue had advanced knowledge of Malcolm X's assassination plot and did nothing to stop it. Okay. where's this going? Where's this going? Because it has nothing to do with what the hell the title has to do with this article. So, blah, 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 whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. No, that's not it. Okay, but this claim by Marble, however, a Malcolm X's same-sex relationship is not new. Reports of Malcolm X's queerness was first revealed in Bruce Perry's 1991 biography, Malcolm X: The Life of a Man Who Changed Black America. According to Perry, Malcolm's same-sex, what is this word?
Dalliances
date back to childhood where he enjoyed being masturbated or foliated. In his 20s, Perry informs us Malcolm had a sustained sexual relationship with a transvestite named Willie Mae and also had sex with gay men for money, boasting he served queers. I am not a heterosexist apologist, but if we as LGBTQ people use this era of Malcolm X's life to claim him as gay, he misunderstands the art of a survival in street hustling culture. Similarly, if we as African Americans use this era of Malcolm X's life to dismiss that he engaged in same-sex relations, may well miss the opportunity to purge ourselves of homophobic attitudes. When Malcolm came to Boston to live with his older half-sister, Ruxbury Ella Little Collins, he was 16, having dropped out of school at 15. With no job skills and looking for most expedient route to acquire money, Malcolm peddled cocaine, broke into homes of Boston's well-to-do, gambled big at poker games, and unabashedly served gay men for pay. While it can be argued that Malcolm's same-sex encounters were not solely financially motivated, let us also not dismiss that the only evidence we do have is the context in which he was. Now, the reason why I read that article is for this reason. They're all fucking lies. Now, the one part in there that was true of Malcolm X dropping out of school because he wanted to be a lawyer, but he dropped out of school due to the school that he went to, an all-boys school, and he was basically being castigated, and he was also being teased, and basically his teachers was basically telling him that you should want to work with your hands while you want to be a lawyer. For a lawyer is for being a lawyer is for smart people, basically stating that black people aren't smart. Now, this was back in the 1910s. This is when all of this was happening, when he was a child in the 1910s. Now, let's take it a little further. So, yes, he does move from Oklahoma. I believe he lived in... he moved from Oklahoma. He moved from Oklahoma to Boston to his half-sister's house, which is true. He did do that. He did stay in Boston for quite some time until he made his way to New York. Now, during his time of being in Boston, none of the few of what was said about him having same-sex work for pay was none of it's true. Malcolm X was a pimp. So, who was he pimping? He was pimping white women to other white and black men. So, this is where they get that Malcolm X was homosexual. Because I'm pretty sure in any, of Malcolm X talking about his life when, sitting down with Alex Haley, his rooms being bugged, if he was having conversation with his colleagues and stuff like that, when he was, basically was trying to get to know him, see, where his head was at. And he probably told them, in my earlier days, I used to be a pimp. I used to rob houses or whatever. I used to rob, I used to go to the suburbs. I used to, sneak into people's houses, rob them of all of their valuables, make money off of that. Plus, you know what I'm saying, I was pimping white bitches. He didn't say white bitches, but he probably said I pimped white women. And one of his hoes was also one of his girlfriends. The reason why Malcolm X pimped white women is because white women elevated a black man, gave them more status than usual. Oh, and you gotta remember, this is the 1920s at this point, and he's going to these sock hops and stuff like that, and he's walking in with these white women, and people are looking at him like, what the hell does he do for a living that he got a white woman on his arm? Like, these were the times back then. He didn't live in a brothel. He didn't have sex with men for pay to, so he can live life. He pimped women for that. And his homie Shorty, that you see, actually, the name wasn't Shorty, but I'm going to say Shorty just because of the movie of Malcolm X. But his friend, I forgot his friend's name. I believe, to be honest, the person, that was in New York when he met him. So, back then, they called him the devil, or they called him Detroit Red. So, those was his street names at the time. Street name was either Detroit Red or the Devil. That's what they called him back then. So for Mark Lamont Hill, that article, and this lady I'm about to show you guys, to say that Malcolm X was queer, you're out your goddamn mind. Now, let's play this video and see what this asshole has to say.
This man had misogynistic views and behaviors, because he did. He said so. I think that he says so because Malcolm X does not believe himself to be unworthy of critique. He wants to be critiqued. He's warning you against seeing leaders as so big, so great, so invaluable that you're willing to apologize for him. Because he almost apologized for this man that would later help orchestrate his death. He started to apologize and say, well, don't we think of the ark when we think of Noah instead of him being a drunkard? You know who thought of him being a drunkard in church? A kid that is descended from lots of family members, particularly male ones that drank a lot. I never forget that Noah was a drunkard. It is the first thing that I think about him. Those of us that are harmed by misogyny don't ever have the luxury of the rose-colored glasses that everybody else, not everybody else, that black men in particular get to see about the civil rights leaders.
All right, here's the next video.
Well, what are you going to do? Cancel Malcolm X after he died? I didn't say that. That was not, I'm going to put my argument on the screen. This argument is not synonymous with cancel Malcolm X. This argument is not synonymous with we have nothing to learn from him. This argument is not synonymous with he was a bad person and none of his good deeds matter. You all decided to argue a point that I did not make. What I did was get on the internet and express disappointment that one of our great civil rights leaders has a history of violence against women. Of course, that's fucking disappointing. And I should be able to say it makes me angry and upset that so many of our civil rights leaders, particularly and most especially the men, have issues with misogyny. There is so much misogyny present in the civil rights movement. Not just him. The Black Panthers too, Eldridge Cleaver, Martin Luther King had problems with misogyny. All of them.
All right. So, we had to stomach that bullshit. So, none of what she was saying is none of what she was saying actually holds merit. Here's why. Malcolm X and every other man back in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, and 60s, and 70s, and 80s, and 90s, and the 2000s, the 2010s, and even in the 20s, the 2020s. All men in those back in those days and even now was misogynist. Now, for anybody who doesn't know what misogyny is, let's just look the word up of what misogyny is. Okay, so this is what misogyny is. Dislike or contempt for or ingrained prejudice against women. Okay, this is what misogyny is, all right? All men in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s had a prejudice against women. This is why. Because they thought that women should be cooking, cleaning, and raising the kids. Isn't that what some of these right-wing pundits, as far as Andrew Tate and the Manosphere talk about? Isn't that considered misogyny? So with that being said, it's not as if they're telling a lie. Like, why is it important to bring up that Martin Luther King was a misogynist? Why is it important to bring up that Martin Luther King, I said Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, I think I said Martin Luther King as well a little while ago. But why is it important that Malcolm X was queer when it's not true? The misogyny thing, okay, because he was pimping women. I can understand that point. But the point I don't understand is him being queer. The man was a pimp. The man was basically a lowlife. And if you read the autobiography, not with the rose-colored glasses she was wearing, because she holds some sort of vitriol for the LGBTQ community, as well as her being a libtard, her being what I guess a queen. She's nowhere near it because I can tell she's being indoctrinated in whatever college she goes to or went to. She's indoctrinated. Why is it that when we bring up our leaders from yesteryear, that for some reason they need to bring up that, oh well, since he was hanging out with these people, he was gay? Okay, one of Malcolm X's best friends was James Baldwin. James Baldwin was a renowned speaker, but not only that, James Baldwin was a gay man. He was homosexual. That was one of Malcolm X's best friends. Should we denigrate Malcolm X for basically having a gay friend. The struggle of what James Baldwin was fighting was the same fucking struggle that Malcolm X was fighting. But the person that James Baldwin laid up with was a man. A white man at that. James Baldwin was into white men. Also, let's bring up Malcolm X, who was one of Malcolm X's main main organizers in the civil rights movement. Well, not really the civil rights movement, but his engagements in marches and stuff like that. Baynard Rustin. Baynard Rustin was a gay man. Although Martin Luther King cut ties with the man, but Baynard Rustin in California was caught in the back seat having sex with a white man by the police. I believe he was in Pasadena, I believe the story goes. But we're looking at a time where men were comfortable with being who the fuck they are or were. Baynard Rustin was around Martin Luther King day in and day out. Do you think Martin Luther King had an affliction like Pastor Massey did when it comes to him being around Baynard? Do you think Martin Luther King wanted to have sexual relations with Baynard Rustin? No, he had a whole fucking wife at home and kids. And not only that, Martin Luther King was getting that ass
Bruh.
when he was doing his speaking tours with various women, some of them white. Before he met Coretta, Martin Luther King was going to marry a white woman. That's before he met Coretta. You gotta remember with Martin Luther King never wanted to lead the civil rights movement. He didn't want anything to do with it. But when he spoke with his father, Michael King Sr., that's Martin Luther King's real name, Michael. I don't know if you guys knew that. When he spoke with his father, Michael Sr., he basically told Martin, don't do this for yourself. Do this for your people. And thus we have one of, I would say, the second best civil rights leader of all time. First being Malcolm X, of which in the beginning he really wasn't a civil rights leader. He was basically a mouthpiece for the Nation of Islam. So, with this woman basically stating that Malcolm X was queer and a misogynist, if your great grandparents are still alive, young lady, ask your grandfather if he has participated in any misogyny, because I'm pretty sure he'll tell you, yeah, I used to have all kinds of women back when I was a youngster. Because we act like in the 1960s when the sexual revolution was going on was the first time some shit like that was going on. The sexual revolution made it public. This motherfuckers was having lots and lots and lots of sex back in the 1920s. A lot of people was having lots and lots and lots of sex back in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and even now in 2023. Motherfuckers is having lots and lots of fucking sex. So just because it's out in the open now, it was more kept under wraps back then. What makes you think that since Malcolm X was what makes you think he was a misogynist? That's just what the way of the world was back then. That's just how people operated back then. So why are we sitting here? Well, I'm sitting here arguing with this lady because where did she get her facts from? Like, where did she get this information from? Because for her to think that her information is tried and true just because somebody wrote it in a book. His own daughter, Attila Shabazz, came out and said all of that is a lie. I don't know who the fuck thinks that is funny, but that is a lie. Why would someone lie about who their father was? Some people would say, well, she wasn't old enough to know really who her dad was. That's why she has a mother. You don't think Malcolm X consoled into Betty Shabazz about his life before they met? You don't think he told her everything that there was to know about him? For God's sakes, Alex Haley wrote his autobiography, of which they said like 85% of it is true and the other 15% is made up. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but we also do know that there are 3 chapters that is missing from the autobiography of Malcolm X as told by Alex Haley. There's 3 chapters missing. Those chapters went up for sale, I believe, back into 2010 sometime, but never got sold, I believe. I'm not sure. But we're talking about one of the most prominent civil rights leaders. And the man was married, had kids, a Muslim at that, which is shirk if you are homosexual. It's shirk. It says it in the Quran. I would know. I'm Muslim myself. Now, she's probably calling misogyny because in the Quran, it states that a man can have up to 4 wives. Not being a covenant, because that is shirk as well. That is a sin. But to coven his wives, so that means that each wife has their own dwelling, their own home. And the man has to take care of those women. So, with that being said, it's like, why are we sitting here arguing somebody who don't know? She look like she's all of maybe 25, 26 years old. She don't know anything. She doesn't know anything. She's taking information of what she's reading from a book and making it fact. But it's not fact. Because if a daughter comes out and says it's not true, then who should you believe then? Because I believe Attila. She ain't lied one bit. Hell, she went to the Nation of Islam's leader, the most honorable Louis Farrakhan, or the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, and before that, she was condemning the Nation of Islam and also telling the public that I believe, this is her words, I believe the Nation of Islam had something to do with it, with the assassination of her father. Now, there was an article written 1 month prior to Malcolm X's death, written by Louis Farrakhan. It has an illustration on there of Malcolm X's head bouncing down the road from it being cut off. And in there, Louis Farrakhan was basically, making it out to be that Malcolm X was an enemy to Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam because Malcolm X found out some things about his leader that he didn't like. He then met with the young girls, of which the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad had relationships with. One of the national representatives in the Nation of Islam, Ishmael Muhammad, is one of those children that Elijah Muhammad fathered. May his mother rest in peace. But how are we sitting here thinking that any of this is funny? Because when I seen those videos, I got disgusted. I was like, who is this woman? And her name is Ismatu Gwendolyn. Ismatu. So you take on an African name thinking that you're part of the struggle and you're going to denigrate one of our most prominent leaders with lies? You got to remember what that article said. Over 600 pages from the CIA by way of the FBI was that he took from, I forgot the place that he got it from. But he got these pages, read them over, and in those pages, J. Edgar Hoover basically put out there that that Malcolm X was a homosexual in his early years before going to prison for 10 years. What? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Anyway, enough of this bullshit. I'm off of this. So, going on to our next subject tonight. PG police department officer suspended after viral video. So if you guys haven't seen this, let's play the video so you guys can get up to speed of what the hell's going on.
Developing at 6 o'clock, a Prince George's County police officer is now suspended after a viral video, and it appears to show that uniformed officer kissing a woman.
Well, the police department is now investigating the officer's actions. There's more of that happened than just the kissing. 7 News Maryland Bureau Chief Brad Bell joining us live in Oxon Hill with the video that has a lot of people talking. This is going viral for all the wrong reasons, Brad.
Yeah, it is. Many millions of views on this video. The police officer now has been suspended. His police powers have been suspended by the Prince George's County Police Department. That happening within the last hour and a half. I'm standing just about where the police officer's car was parked at this playground. We're behind Oxon Hill High School. The video was taken by someone standing over there on the playground. And as for the video, you can see it for yourself. The first video, now with millions of views, shows uniformed Prince George's County Police Officer Francesco Marlette in an embrace with a woman in the parking lot of a park. Children can be heard playing in the background. After an embrace, the officer and the woman climb into the back seat of the marked police car and disappear behind heavily tinted windows. 7 News tracking down the person behind the cell phone camera. This is Brad Bell from 7 News. I understand you're the person who took the video. Without revealing his name, he shares his version of the events he recorded at this community park in Oxon Hill last night, just after 7.
As we see the interaction getting a little bit interesting, we were just like, let's just record, let's see what happens.
What did you think you saw happen?
I witnessed a cop doing something that any other citizen would have been charged with. The police officer, he did it broad daylight. He didn't even look up. He didn't care who was watching, who was witnessing. He didn't care if it was kids around. 30 minutes went by, it started getting dark, and that's when she literally just got out the truck and she went up out her way.
But that's not the end of the story, because after his video surfaced, this second video was posted showing the same police car in a different park, but once again, steps from a playground. Once again, with a woman getting into the...
I will say one thing. Motherfuckers don't know how to mind they goddamn business. I tell you that. Jesus Christ. Let the man live, man.
back seat. And now, 7 News has learned the officer involved, Francesco Marlette, was once charged with child abuse, indicted in 2016 for allegedly knocking a 3-year-old unconscious. The charges later dropped, his record expunged, the officer returned to the streets. He was also suspended for a month this past May after being accused of domestic violence. He returned to duty in June.
And he is now suspended once again. That is the second time this year for this officer. Now, we have been asking county officials, the police department, and the county executive's office, what's going on here? Why was this officer with this record put back on the streets? We are awaiting answers. Now, you've seen the video. Part of what the investigation aims to determine is what was going on inside that car. In Oxon Hill, Brad Bell, 7 News.
Brad, thanks. 7 News.
All right. So that's was the story. But let's dive into this article, this corresponding article. So, a Prince George County Police Department officer has been suspended after the department launched an investigation into a viral video that showed the officer kissing a woman at a park near a school. Officer Francesco Marlette, I don't know if it's Marlette or Marley, it's probably Marley. So Francesco Marlette was suspended Tuesday evening, the department said. PG Executive Command is aware of a video circulating on social media with one of our officers. As soon as we became aware earlier today, we opened an investigation to determine the circumstances. Additionally, information will be released once investigated and confirmed. The department said after the video began circulating online, the video in question was shared on Monday by an Instagram user and appears to show uniformed Prince George Police Department officer kissing a woman before they both entered the backseat of his cruiser at a South Lawn neighborhood park behind Oxon Hill High School. Kids can be heard and seen running near the couple. This is the second suspension for Marley, who was previously charged with child abuse in 2016 for allegedly knocking a 3-year-old unconscious. Jesus Christ.
Bruh.
God damn. Marley was also suspended for a month in May in 2023 after he was accused of domestic violence. He then returned to duty in June. Marley's wife, I think that's the next picture. It's not. Marley's wife reached out to 7 News Maryland Bureau Chief Brad Bell and said that she is aware of the video, that the couple does not have an open marriage. His wife made a public Facebook post stating, This is a very tough time for me and my kids. I'm embarrassed. As embarrassing and painful as this is, please check in on us. We we need the support, the love, and most of all, the respect from the community and our families. 7 News spoke to the man who recorded the video that has been viewed millions of times on TikTok. As we see the interaction getting a little bit interesting, we were like, let's just record it. Let's see what happens. The man says, I witnessed a cop doing something that any other citizen would have been charged with. But what the hell? But all we see in the video is him and the woman kissing. Now, it's up to our imaginations what they did in that back seat. As you can see in this picture, that they was at a park as well, engaging in, I don't know, because we just see in each video, in each picture, that the woman got into the cruiser and then got out of the cruiser. That's all we seen. Now, before we continue, his wife and his mistress, I will say his mistress is cute. His wife is alright looking, but his mistress is cute. Anyway, all we can do is leave it up to our imagination of what happened. We can't say that he did or didn't do anything in the backseat of that police cruiser. We don't know. We have no idea of what happened. All we can do is use our imagination to speculate. Okay, so continuing with the article, he's a police officer. It's broad daylight. He didn't even look up. He didn't care who was watching. Maybe because he's the motherfucking police. How about that? That's probably the reason why he didn't care what was going on around him. Now, by him doing it at a park, I would say it's egregious. Because, it's kids out there. It's kids out there that about to, due to our imagination, he's about to get into lewd and lascivious acts. Maybe he should have got out of there first, or went somewhere else to go and do whatever he was doing. But as I said, we can only leave this up to the imagination. He didn't care that kids were around. 7 News also discovered a second video circulating online involving the same police vehicle. This time, the PG Police Department cruiser was parked at a different park. A woman can be seen getting into the back seat, which was really the front seat. PG Police Department said the video remains under investigation. And this isn't the first time he has done this. But let's compare the ladies, as I just did earlier, but let's just compare them again. His wife, his mistress. His wife, his mistress. He's probably not getting any at home because he got kids. He works long hours. And, his wife is probably not up to doing anything with him because she's tired by having to deal with the children and she probably works herself. So, when you're not getting everything that you need at home, you find it somewhere else. That's what he was doing. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with this activity that he's doing because it's fucked up that a wife has to find out that her husband has been cheating on her in that way because she probably saw it on social media her damn self. But what I will say is this. Y'all can't say y'all wouldn't have did what he did. You see that girl? That girl got cakes. Hold on. Let me zoom in on this. Shorty is caked up and caked out. They gotta remember, Prince George County is labeled Pretty Girl County. There's a lot of pretty women in PG County. And you gotta basically look at it as, would you have done what he had done if you was in his position? Because we don't know if that woman came on to him and then he obliged because whatever he's going through at home and he's not getting what he needs at home. We don't know what the hell's going on with that. We don't know if he's not getting what he should be getting at home. We don't know. Now, as far as me speculating that, and it being bad that I am speculating that, but let's just be grown-ups. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people that's watching me right now that has cheated on a girlfriend or their wife. I cheated on several girlfriends. Now, am I proud that I cheated on some of those girlfriends? Yeah, I actually am. And there's some that I'm not. But I will say this. When me trying to explain to some of them why I did what I did, they didn't want to hear it because they was caught in their emotions, of which they should, because it's a very emotional feeling of finding out that the person that you said that you love, the person that you lay head to bed with every night, has done you wrong. Now, I respect his wife by saying give them the privacy that they need and the love that they need as well. But he has a very hard job. A very hard job to the fact that he might have to get some pussy every now and again.
Bruh.
Just say. But what can I say? He did what he did. He's suspended. Probably suspended with pay, to be honest. Like, this ain't really a big issue at all. Like, okay, a police officer cheated on his wife. Okay, a lot of police officers cheat on their wife. What's new? There's nothing new about this. I'm pretty sure all police officers cheat. Because you're away from your family. I believe. How about I looked it up? How many hours? Hold on. How many hours on average does a police officer work? Let's see. Some departments and agencies have traditional 40-hour work weeks for patrol officers with 5 consecutive 8-hour shifts followed by 2 days off. Others deploy a variation of shortened work weeks with longer shifts, like 4 10-hour days or 3 12-hour days, for example. So, on average, a police officer works 10 hours, right? I work 4 10-hour days. The days get long, you miss your family because you're away, and there's 24 hours in a day, 10 of them is spent at work, 8 to 9 of them is, or 7 to 9 of them is spent sleeping, and then the other, where am I at on this? What's that? So let's average it out at 19. So you got what, 5 hours to yourself? So you only get 5 hours to yourself. You probably want to spend half of those, 2.5 of those alone, and then you want to spend the other 2.5 with your family. So he's not really seeing his family all that much. I'm not saying that him and his wife are probably on the out, but you know, if he's coming home after a long day at work, patrolling the town and stuff like that, and patrolling the county and stuff like that, because PG County is a big county in Maryland. But you know, you're working 10-hour day. Let's say he's working 10-hour days, right? Let's say he's working the night shift, maybe. I don't know. It looks like he was working day shift. So let's say he goes in at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, and he's probably not getting off until maybe let's say 5 o'clock. So he's not getting off until probably 4 o'clock in the evening. So since he's getting off at 4 o'clock in the evening, and he has to wake up by maybe 3:30 to get himself ready, depending on where he lives in the county. He has to make a 20-minute drive to work. So that means he's going to bed on average around maybe 7:30 at night. So he's getting off at 4. So what is he doing? Well, he's coming in, he's changing, getting ready for dinner, eats dinner, plays with his kids for an hour or so, and then he's off to bed so he can get some rest so he can go back into work the next day. So him being, a married man, he's like, well, I want to probably, at least before I go to bed, get some nookie from my wife. Let me see if I can get some nookie from her. She's probably not feeling it because she worked her 8-hour day and had to get the kids, had to take the kids to practice, had to take the kids to karate practice, or football practice, or basketball practice, or ballet, or dance class, and she's probably dead fucking tired as well, just as much as him. So during his work shift, he's like, well, fuck it. I need some pussy, and I need it now.
Bruh.
And he basically is getting it from somebody that he found on the street. Not saying the girl's a street walker, but he found what he needed on the street. And once again, the girl is very beautiful in my eyes. Some people might say, well, Marcus, you simping because blah, 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 this and that. And maybe some of the manosphere motherfuckers is probably saying, well, that girl ain't shit because she's dark skinned. Whatever, nigga. I don't give a fuck, because when I see pretty, I see pretty. That's just me. But who cares, right? He's a grown-ass man. Who cares? So everybody, that ends today's episode. So let's get into a show summary. So I started out today with a video that basically spoke about something that I was getting into with the main topic tonight, and that was a video from a podcast, of which I got it from somebody that was on a reaction video to. So shout out to, I think her name's Reva Scott, I believe. If I'm saying your name, oh no, it was Reva TV. So boom. Basically the topic that they were speaking of was 85% of niggas is gay. And my whole thing was, well, maybe the 85% of the niggas that she's fucking with is gay. And that's all. And then we got into with the main topic about Dameyon Massey, a North Carolina pastor who basically was on the down low, and he felt bad for his actions after the fact, after his gay lover leaked their sex tape, and then he repented in front of the world. Who cares about that? Then we get an annoying feminist who believes that Malcolm X was a misogynist and queer when none of that is true. So, Malcolm X actually loved women and wanted them to do better with themselves. That's the reason why in any of his teachings, when he speaks on women, it does seem like he's coming down on women, but he's really trying to get them to understand that you need to look at yourself more of what you think that you are. And then we got into the last topic, which was the Prince George County police officer who basically got caught because people don't know how to mind their own fucking business. And that's about it. So everybody, how about we get into some promotions, and then I got an announcement again to make. So how about we do that? So everybody, if you are watching the screen right now, this podcast comes on every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I repeat, every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The podcast you are watching now, it's called Marcus Speaks Live, all right? Where you can get all trending topics and random shit about the internet. Also, I just announced today that Marcus Speaks Play will be back, and I am coming back on Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all right? So tomorrow, you can catch me at 2:30 p.m. with another breakout hit that I like to do with these games. Mortal Kombat 1, the new iteration of Mortal Kombat that just came out. Well, it's really, the world releases next week, next Tuesday, but I got the premium version, so I'll be streaming it tomorrow. So please come and check me out. Don't forget, hit your reminders, put me in a playlist so you can go to it. And please do not forget, you want to come back here tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. because I will be streaming that gameplay live. All right. Also, if you can do me a favor, if you haven't already did it, go ahead and subscribe to this here channel. But also, go to my Rumble account. Go to the Rumble link in the description. Hit that link. Go to Rumble. Subscribe to me, and you'll be able to watch this here video as well once it gets posted. Which I believe it won't get posted until maybe Sunday or Monday sometime. So go and check me out over there. Once I get those other 15 subscribers that I need, I can start live streaming to Rumble. I'm gonna start doing it. I want to have people come through and come chat. If you ever want to come chat with me, if you ever want to come chat with me, you can. There's always a link pinned in the live chat, as well as a number to call me at 302-283-9791. I repeat, 302-283-9791. So come on through, come and hit me up, because we got a lot to talk about with these topics that I will be presenting to you guys every Friday. But with stuff like that comes rules, and that is rule number 1: you must be on camera at all times. Rule number 2: rule number 1: you must be on camera at all times. Rule number 2: if you don't want to be on camera to the public, you don't have to. Back here is a question that you will have to answer with your name, so I can further accommodate you. Also, silence all background noise once you do either of the two. So make sure you do that for me so I can further accommodate you as well. Then the last thing that I really have to say, well, the second to last thing is like this video, subscribe if you're new here, hit that bell icon to all, and make sure you share this to your social medias, your friends, family, and co-workers. And the last thing that I really have to say is some words of wisdom. That is, focus on getting to the money, because we all know money makes the world go around. We all know money makes us happy until a certain point where you got a lot of it and become unhappy. So make a sufficient amount of money to where you'll be happy. Also, please drink more water for health purposes. Hydrate yourself, people. It helps with weight loss and all kinds of other good shit in your life. Also, mind your own damn business like the people should have done with the PG County Cop. Because if you don't mind your own goddamn business, then your mental health is just all fucked up. And if you didn't believe a damn word I said tonight, do your own research. Helps you out in the long run. I have been Marcus. This has been Marcus Speaks. I thank y'all for watching. And I'll check you guys out tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out.